Hi, this is Jonathan. How you guys doing? Today we're going to feature two pedals from NUX. This is the Edge Delay, and this is the Damp Reverb from the Mini Core series. I want to thank Monk from NUX for sending me these pedals. He sent me a couple of those, and these are from the Mini Core series. Now, basically, you have a delay and the reverb. Now, the way I'm hooking this up for the demo is the guitar going through a compressor and then going through this amp, which is the Transatlantic Mesa Boogie 30. And then I have a send and return, which goes into here in this change, in this order. So I have the delay first, and then the reverb, and then back to the return, effects return of the amp. This is how I set it up. Now, basically, you have a very simple, very small format for your pedal board. If you don't want to have too big a pedal for your delay as well for your reverb. Let's just start with the delay. All right. So basically, you have a dip switch on top here, right here, where you can switch between digital delay, analog delay, as well as tape delay. And then you have 3 knobs which dictate the mix of the effect and the repeat of the delays, as well as the time. So you can kind of like decide you want a quarter note or a half note, and then once you got it, all you need to do is to do tap tempo, and it will set accordingly. So once for effects off or on, twice for the tap tempo, and then you can kind of tap it after you set your time signature, like, you know, which sort of a quarter note or a whole note or a half note, which you desire, so desire. And you have a USB out here for any firmware updates in the future, in, out, on the side, and the 9V in. So very simple, right? Now for the reverb, this is the damp reverb. You have the same thing. You have a switch here, right on top here, where you can switch between plate, reverb, spring, or hall. And then again, you have the 3 knobs, which corresponds to the decay of the reverb, the level of the reverb, as well as the tone of the reverb. And this is pretty interesting because you can kind of highlight the reverb tone in the mix. And then you have, of course, the foot switch for on and off. So these are all true bypass foot switch. But if you want the shimmering effect, all you need to do is to hold on to this pedal with your foot, and you have a shimmering effect, which is really nice. Again, you have the in and out on the side, and a 9V power supply on the top, as well as a USB for firmware updates. Nice. So 2 very discreet and very space-saving reverb and delay unit for your pedal board. What do I think about them? I think they're really nice. Well, predominantly, I don't use effects for reverb, chorus, or delay. I will normally use my Helix for all this sort of stuff. So if I'm playing through an amp, and if I'm carrying my amp along with me, and this is a full setup, yeah, this will come in really handy. The delay is not as elaborate as some of the bigger units that NUX has come out with. This has a little bit more scaled down parameters for you to adjust, but it suffices. You know, it worked for a gig. It will definitely work for a gig. I particularly like the analog delay. Now, you know how analog delays are. They kind of like, they sound warm, but if you have them on repeat, and if you have them the level a little bit high, it can kind of add to your original sound, and so it creates a little bit of a edge to it, which is really nice. Henceforth, it's called the edge delay. I don't know, maybe that's the reason why. The digital delay effect sound the same as most digital delay sounds like. Of course, you have the analog delay, and then you have the tape delay, right? So the tape delay is pretty cool. If you want an old school kind of delay, you can get them with here. Again, with the knob here where you can kind of like select your timing, you can get it really close, and then you can get sort of a chorusy effect if you want to. Interesting. Now for the reverb, nice. You know, I just find this is really transparent enough for you to have your guitar and not being masked by a whole ton of opaque reverb. This is really transparent, and I particularly like the hall reverb. Sound really nice, and you can of course, like, you know, tone it if you want to enhance the reverb more, or leave it in the background with the tones knob. Interesting pedals, right, for your pedal board. Let me know what you think about these pedals, and leave your comments in the comment section down below. Again, I want to thank Monk from NUX for passing me these pedals for review. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, press the bell for notification of future videos to follow. Be part of the patrons to support this channel. I need the support, guys. I thank all my patrons, my wonderful patrons, for their wonderful support. Thank you so much. So have a great weekend ahead, and I'll see you real soon. Ciao, ciao.